2024, and we do have some changes. One of the biggest things personally for me, again, is the heat rejection and the air intake temps of that engine, using that and boosting it, of course. So for me, there's going to be some pulley changes and try and increase the boost. And I've just recently discovered, in fact, so new you guys don't know yet.
Oh,
I think I've found
drum roll.
I think I've found a really good solution. And I say found, shown.
This is starting to feel a little bit like the end of Italian Job. I've got a good idea, guys.
I've got an idea.
Yeah.
No,
I'm waiting for the EastEnders drums.
A better way to cool the air intake temps. And you might like the solution because it makes you a lot more space on the front end.
Marvellous.
Okay, so...
Sounds like I'm back to the drawing board again,
So the
then.
Evora, we're hoping for some power upgrade, slight power increase. We don't want to go silly, but a slight power increase, which just gives us that little bit extra on the straights and out the corner to keep up with the modern-day GT3s. Maybe some aero changes that you want to follow with.
I've got big plans, yeah.
With the aero.
They're always... It's, as you know, the front end was, like you said with the engine, our projects don't happen overnight because essentially in our day job we are teaching. So fitting in research and development around that it's a passion of your specialism. The front end is an element of the car. In the early days we did A-pillars and the skirts have been modified over the years as well. There's still a lot of that car to be optimised and improved, and really after you drop the bomb of whatever it is that I'm doing to the front end now, I'll then move past the front wheels and carry on with the rest of the body.
There's an exclusive.
Yeah,
but in reality, that car, we just want to dial back in and do some of these little bits and pieces. Maybe we've talked about a brake upgrade would be really nice. I think that car there will be perfect. But actually the big thing, which we always seem to be against time and there's, things are on back order and everything else. The Mosler actually is almost a ground-up build. Big chassis change. It's a brand new engine that we'd got last year, of course, but that's still there, not used yet. And we've gone for complete new electronics. Wiring harness, front to rear. Every single harness on that car is changed, even in the tank. Everything's new. All new electronics. Every single box we've changed or in the process of changing. So there's a massive calibration time that's going to be spent on that car.
But that brings everything in line with the Lotus, doesn't it?
Some bits are different, but very similar to our Evora. I think with all that and how much calibration there is to do, plus then probably a lot of setup and dialing in at the track, again with traction and things and ABS and everything else, it's probably not going to be the Mosler for the start of the season. Realistically not. As soon as we can, I think we will swap to that, but it'll be nice to start the season anyway with the Evora and these little development changes we want to do just to see where that's at, and hopefully for 2024 we're out with the Mosler. Have you a preference? See them both?
Oh, now that is a controversial one, isn't it? So go on, preference. You can start on this one. You can take the lead. Preference
on the spot.
Yeah, definitely. You can race one or the other. Go.
Do you know what? It's funny to say this. You'll think I'm sitting on the fence.
That's not a car name.
It's difficult. So if I'm just going to be glory hunting, I pick the Mosler, don't I, right? But I'm not going to. And I'm not saying it's not because I don't like it, but I want to see the Evora fair and squarely get some more pole positions and win a race and just close that loop on these last bits of development. So if I'm picking a preference for my own need, what do I want to see? I'm going to pick the Evora. If I'm saying what would I like to finish the season off with, then I go, let's swap to the Mosler and then get a load of wins and get the championship. But that's just being greedy. So for a nice thing would be to close the loop with the Evora, I think, is my answer, which is a bit of sitting on the fence.
That's a big fence.
Is it me now?
Yeah.
It's more, it was a big fence.
To be honest, you've started a trend again.
Whoa,
I
think you have to. Right, I'm going to pull rank. You two have to pick one.
All right. Well, I'm still.
going to say what I was going to say.
No, yeah. I know what I'm going to say.
I think the problem is, and again, because of the time we've all been here for a long time, You and I especially have been here from very early on. You especially from the very beginning.
Day zero.
Now, to me, cars are they're not just cars; they're personalities. And I think one of the things about both of the cars for me is the Mosler, as you say, you pretty much know it will decimate anything else on the track as long as it will finish the race. And we know even at Spa, the car has come over the line with no power and things like that. So we had some days where we really needed to keep on top of that car. But I think you grow fond of it because it's like the naughty toddler who just isn't going to behave. But then you're rooting for it. You're really rooting for that car to do it.
And that's any Mosler, don't understand that's just Mosler.
So you know that on a good day, that car is going to bring home everything. But the Evora, in my mind, was always Old Faithful. Because the Le Mans Evora, even in the early days, it was underpowered, but it stuck. And if something went wrong with the Mosler, out came the Evora, and it fired up, and it went round, and it did its thing.
Yeah.
And so I think in the same light, and like I said before, we've all got skin in the game with the Evora. So I think that is the one that we are personally now attached to. And I think obviously because of the way the Mosler is going in terms of redevelopment things, we're going to end up at this point where none of us can say which one we want to win. But let's have one for the Evora. It is one for the Evora. So
of course, in the past in GTC, when we used to, you remember, our Evora used to be allowed to run in a lower class. They put us into the higher class. We do have some wins. In GTC, but that's not in the top class. So GTO, we want some proper wins with that car.
Yes, with the new Evora.
Car.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Are you sitting on the fence as well?
No, I'm going to rattle the fence.
He said it.
He's going to try and shake us off it.
Yeah. Get you two off of it.
Shake us off the fence.
Yeah, Evora. I'm through and through on the Evora. I mean, the Mosler, it's great. It's powerful. It overcomes everything with shouty brute force. But, I mean, I think for the Evora, I'm a Toyota guy anyway, as we all know. So, the engine, the heart of it, holds a lot for me. It's supercharged. I love boost. It's like the little car that could, when it's out on track, and especially now, like you're saying, with it being up on power compared to when it used to be on the naturally aspirated engine, you see it out there hanging on the back of and even passing some of these more modern GT3 cars, and it just keeps going. And every time it's going, we look at it and go, oh, it's a bit slower this season. It just comes back fighting that bit. What can we throw at it? And like you were saying a minute ago, we've got plans for 2024. There's ideas. The aero keeps evolving on it, and we just keep it going and keep fighting with it. And for me, it's the Evora. I love the look of it, everything. Okay. So there you go. We'll end off the fence.
So. Well, I like it. If we end up with another driver, maybe, we never know what might happen in the future. We could have even both of them on there. And then we'll see which side of the garage you migrate all to go, come back, I need you on this one.
I would actually love to see that. I think the differences between them, because they are chalk and cheese, aren't they?
Yeah.
They are boosted, they are not boosted. Yeah. They are refined and they are not refined. They are... Hey, I didn't say which way.
Oh, right, yeah, okay.
But
let the audience decide.
That's how it is. And I would love to see both of them on track. It'd be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah. No, they're both great cars. And actually, whichever one's there, when they come in off track, I love the sound of the Evora anyway. I think it does sound well, especially with the straight pipe on it. But there's nothing like that noise of the V8 of the Mosler on full chat.
When it makes your insides move.
Yeah, it's... And especially when it comes in for a pit stop and it's hot and it's on fire and there's brakes setting on fire and there's heat coming off it, you think it's just an assault on the senses sometimes. So it's impressive for people who are there maybe having a first time at a race weekend and they can wander into our garage. It is a shock to some people when they realise.
And it's so big.
Yeah.
It's such a big... People don't get it until they get next to it. It is vast, isn't it?
But they're both great.
I've heard it's applied for country status, actually. It's that big. But
well, hopefully people have enjoyed this roundup. If you have, let us know. We might do this again. We don't tend to sit down like this and have a chat. I've loved it.
It's been really good.
The company. It's been a good laugh. We should do maybe some more podcasts and a chat in the future.
Why not?
So let us know in the comments if you want any more to see from us three.